Hi, everyone. Welcome. We are so grateful that you're here. Welcome to the Spiritual View. Hi, everyone in the chat. We've got Kathy, Monique, Peggy, Rebecca Joe, just to mention a few, Jennifer. Let's see. We see a number of people joining. So thank you for being here. And I'm one of 7 soul sisters. I'm Sari, and we have the beautiful Wendy. We've got Angie, Marcia, Elizabeth, Dawn, and Jen, and we are here to merge our magic with you as one community, all growing and learning together. So welcome, and we are so grateful that you made it through the week and that we're all intact and we're smiling. And again, we're going to have a great conversation today because today's going to be about the new moon in Aquarius. And we will be having some conversation about the significance of that, as well as to do some collective card pulls to give us all some guidance on how we approach this new moon in Aquarius, as well as individual readings. So like before, if you want a card pull towards the end, if you just put in the chat box a heart, and then we'll see how many we can get to today. So we're going to start off today. We promised in our monthly session last week that we would do a drawing for a free reading. So I'm going to ask Angie to pull which reader is going to be doing the reading. Drum roll.
Drum roll. We say thumb roll, please, or else it gets real loud in a classroom. You want to be very careful of your words. Okay, because they will take them literally every time. Miss Dawn.
All right. So Dawn is going to be our reader, and Jen, you're going to pick our lucky person
Yeah,
that's going to pick the
I
reading.
can't do it fancy tonight because we didn't have enough entries. So I got just little pieces of paper. We have 4 people that entered, and the winner is, let's see, Donna Marie 5781.
Okay.
So I will put in the chat. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put this up. Where's my banner?
Okay.
If you will email us at thespiritualviewcrew@gmail.com, we will get you hooked up with Dawn so you can get your reading.
Awesome. All right. So thank you for that, both Jen and Angie and Dawn. You're going to be up, so this will be great for Donna Marie. And we wanted just to announce that next week we're going to be kicking off our memberships. It's something new that we're going to start in February. We're going to be offering a monthly membership for a nominal fee called the Spiritual View Founding Lights. And we will be announcing more information next week. It will be activated on February 1st, but you can start joining as of next week. And we'll be posting more information next week on our lives as we get together and get closer to February 1st. So join us. And again, any support for the channel, we are just forever grateful. And I'm going to turn it over now to Wendy. Wendy is going to get us grounded and ready for the weekend. Wendy.
All right. Okay, well, I'd like everyone to start with just going to get comfortable wherever you are. Go ahead and close your eyes, and I'd like you to take in a deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. And as you release that air, just kind of wiggle your fingers and toes. And if you got to wiggle your body and arms, just get all that tension out of your body. Relax your shoulders. Okay, and then we have a nice warm golden light infused also with a white light that comes down through our crown chakra, going down through the third eye and the throat chakra and the heart and solar plexus and the sacral chakra into your root chakra and down into the earth through our toes. I can almost see light coming through our toes, going down into the earth and connecting us and grounding us in the here and now. And then that light flowing back up through us and filling us and surrounding us with protection, going right back up through all the chakras, out through the crown. And letting us take that Deep breath in again. And out, letting us know that we are all here together as a collective to be supportive of one another and protected in our own energy. And we are in a safe place. All right, thank you. I think we can get started. So Dawn is going to take us into talking about the new moon in Aquarius.
Hello, and I will be doing a new moon ceremony on Wednesday, the 29th. I actually put the time for us to be doing that because the new moon happens so early. It's at 6:30 Central, so that would be 7:30 Eastern time. So I'm setting it for, and I put it, hopefully there won't be any mixed up in times this time. So I put it for 10 a.m. on my time thing, so it should be correct when it shows for, I'll double check that with people that are in that Eastern time slot. It'll be 11 a.m. Eastern, because we want it to be very soon after that time of that 7:30 Eastern time, because we want to, you have 24 hours, no, actually 48 hours, but the first 8 is strongest, then the next 24 is strongest, and then out to 48. And we want to catch that energy as soon as we can. And I put a list down for what you need for materials. And what I would like everybody to do is have a crystal that they'll be carrying with them regarding this energy and what they want to manifest, and keep that with them for the next 6 months. So it's something that they can hold and remind themselves of what they're working toward, little steps every day. This new moon in Aquarius is happening at 9 degrees, and it will be, the interesting thing about 9 degrees is that we have a lot of strong energy that we've had. There's been 5 new moons at that degree cycle. So this particular new moon, which I find fascinating, Hecate is the goddess of the new moon. She is exactly squaring this energy in Scorpio. She's there to help us with change. There is change. A lot of energy that we're getting is about change coming. Hecate is the goddess of the crossroads. She is the goddess of lighting the way to a different path. And she is exactly square. She's at 9 degrees in Scorpio, and this is at 9 degrees in Aquarius. So there's that strong energy. We also have Venus being lit up at 25 degrees of Pisces at that time. And it's the same exact degree as Iris. But what's important here is there was an eclipse on September 17th at 25 degrees of Pisces, meaning that is an energized degree, and that included the sun and moon. It was a full moon eclipse. So that energizes that degree and continues to energize that degree. So Venus at this new moon is on that energized degree of going forward. Feminine energy is getting stronger and stronger and will continue to get stronger. And by the time the age of Aquarius is done, I think you'll be amazingly pleasantly surprised at the changes that have taken place for the feminine energies, right? There's a big learning curve for masculine energy. They were taught differently than we were taught differently than them. A lot of the people that have this Venus energy that is getting stronger and stronger, Venus is going to be retrograding over these degrees, hitting the North Node. So this coming up is just a look into the future and the work that we have to do, especially when Venus goes retrograde. So we'll learn what our work is when Venus goes retrograde, and the things that show up for us when Venus hits that North Node and also Neptune. When those things are happening, take a look at what's going on in your life, and that'll be your clue at this new moon. So I will leave it at that, because I'm going to try and do a little bit of a new moon, this Aquarius new moon energy. I'm going to try and do a video this weekend just to give a little bit more updated information regarding that, because there's so much astrology involved with it. But that's the basic breakdown, is that this really is a long-term plan for Aquarius moving forward. This is the very first new moon that's happening in Aquarius after Pluto and the sun met just a few days ago for the first time in 250 years. So that's a really important new moon coming up. So with that, I will pass this forward, and we will be starting with Sari.
All right. So we're going to start off. So these are messages that are for the collective. So we decided to ask a question, and thank you, Dawn, for a really good summary of what's ahead of us with this new moon. And the question that we asked this afternoon or this evening was, what is opening up for us in this new moon energy? And so again, each of us are going to pull an oracle card, and hopefully these messages will resonate with some of you in terms of your journey ahead. So the card that I pulled is from the Shaman's Dream. And this card is called Feast of Plenty. And you see it's got a moon. I think this is the moon, 2 swords in it. And it's a 20, which reduces to 2. And this almost looks like the 2 of swords. And the Feast of Plenty, it says choices and their consequences and options. And so I think Spirit is putting this in front of us, this new cycle, this new beginning, the first time that, Pluto's been in Aquarius. You said, Dawn, 250 years? Yeah. And so it is very significant. And the last time it was really during the 1776, that time frame.
Yes, it was basically, it had peaked in a couple different times. I found out I was going to be a grandmother 20 minutes after the last, when it happened in January. So we did have tastes of it, but the sun had not met Pluto then during those times. So what is going to be happening is, yes, way back in the day, and actually a lot of the American Revolution, they say, really didn't end until about 4 degrees of Aquarius, when Pluto got to 4 degrees of Aquarius. We're not there yet, and Pluto will go retrograde again before it goes completely to 4. It'll almost make it this time. It'll be like 3 and 45 or something like that. But when it gets to 4 degrees, that's when we were also working our way through ratifying the Constitution.
Got it.
So there's a lot of this redoing energy, and the French Revolution was happening as well. So there's a lot of global energy involved in this, with a lot of government changes. Yeah. So
all right. Thank you. Yep. So this card, the significance of this is, which path do we want to choose ahead? And the meaning behind this, do we choose the road less traveled, which might be a little bit more unknown and seemingly maybe riskier for us to choose? Or do we go with the path that we've always known? And so Spirit is actually asking us to really reflect on, with this new energy coming in, we actually have an opportunity to create that new life. But do we go with our head and what's logical and enjoy the feast of what we know, in the plenty and abundance of what we know? Or do we drop to the heart and say, what do I want to do, and how do I want to show up in the world moving forward, which may involve taking a risk of going, to heart over head. And again, it's all about our choices and what we choose. And each path, it's no right or no wrong. Each path has its own outcome. But I think there's an opportunity of awareness when we do make those choices, that it's a very intentional choice. Do I go with what I know that's in my head and easy, or do I take what's in my heart, and maybe it's the road less traveled, a little bit more riskier, but perhaps in the long term, it's the destination that we really want to go in and head towards. So that is the first collective message. And I am now going to turn it over to Wendy.
I can unmute myself. That'd be great. Okay. Actually, it's so interesting that you said no actual right or wrong, because that's actually, those exact words are in the first sentence of this description for the card that I pulled today. So I pulled from the Healing Spirits Oracle by Gordon Smith, and I got Life Lessons Again. And So I think, you know, a lot of things are coming back around, right? So with this card, I think that's better. There you go. Okay. It says, you might grow to find that there is no actual right or wrong in this world, and that everything happens in order for a lesson to be learned. Now is a good time to remember that your spirit guide is helping you to understand your own life lessons, and you will soon come to know why you chose them this time around. You may wonder why you have given yourself such difficult tasks, but once you understand your lessons, you won't have to learn them again. Also, by learning them, you will give yourself power over the rest of your life. So I feel like, you know, for a lot of people, if they feel like something's coming around again, it's like, I think if you're paying attention, then you'll get through it and you won't need to do the same lesson over and over again. So I really like that with moving forward. And so I'm going to hand it over to Marcia.
Yeah, and considering which path we should take, I am pulling from the Gaia deck, and we got Ocean of Eternal Love, a number 44 card. Look at that gorgeous full moon. And I'm just very struck by the teardrop falling out of there. And I'm thinking back to that Cancer full moon that was so emotional for so many people. And this card always reminds me of that Rumi quote that, oh my gosh, I always butcher it, but it's, you are, what is it? You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. So just remember that. This is a card of healing, creativity, and fertility. It is said that love conquers all. This is especially true for you at this moment. Something is resolved and healed through love. What was previously barren is now fertile. A seed is planted, and you are the co-creator. The conditions are favorable. The timing is right. A new creation awaits you. The birth of something new brings joy and excitement. The forever changing seasons of eternity turn their invisible wheel, and a new cycle begins. A new image is born. And just kind of picking up with what Wendy said, you know, these are challenging times. We've talked about all the chaos that's going to happen, but just on the other side of that is such an eternal ocean of love. We just have to lean into that in this cycle. And I do think that some seeds that were planted, some things that we chose to step away from or end, those are coming back now in a good way for all of us. So lean into the love. I don't know who I'm turning it over to. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I have pulled with the Sacred Forest Oracle, and Dawn has already called it on this one. She stole my thunder. So what's coming in the new moon is change. So you watch the dragonfly whisk across the surface of the forest pond with elegance and grace. Her iridescent wings and body shine in a kaleidoscope of colors, depending on how the light falls on her. She hovers, flies backward, and even darts upside down with seeming delight. This card is letting you know that it's all right to change directions. It's okay to change your mind. You do not need to be consistent at every turn. This is the time to put the traditions and expectations of others aside. Instead, you are called to create your own traditions. You are free to express yourself, to let your spirit fly. Dragonflies are acrobats of the sky. Not only can they fly backwards, they fly upside down and turn 360 degrees. And while looking graceful as they do, Dragonfly Spirit urges you to take on her same fearless daring. Go beyond your predictable behavior. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean that it needs to continue to be done that way. While you can't control the exact circumstances of your life, you can control what meaning you give to them. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to be carefree, wild, and unpredictable. Dragonflies are ancient, taking to the skies 300 to 350 million years ago. They have adapted through millennia and thus survived when many creatures have not. These masters of change are reminders that change will heal you. The spirit of the dragonfly says, be willing to change your perspective, and good fortune will follow. Sometimes you need to back up to go forward. As people get older, they find it harder to change. So to activate youthfulness, be willing to make changes without hesitation. And I mean, I just think that just represents the Aquarian energy in itself. So, I mean, I don't think I need to add to that. And we're going to move Dawn. All right.
We have these weird synchronicities that happen, and I just had one kind of happen. So when she was holding up the card, Dragonfly Spirit, I was initially trying to read the card because I thought it was super beautiful, and I read dragons in spirit. So to me, that was just saying how powerful we can make this, and all the other beautiful messages that have, but that, you know, us all being dragons in spirit, you know, together. And because I have the activated ally as a card that I drew for the collective, and this is about activating those people around you, and in spirit as well as in the 3D world, that we have ancestors and our guides and our ties to our higher self. The activated ally is someone that we know that we can count on, that will put those, you know, Archangel Michael, for heaven's sakes, putting things in the right place at the right time for everyone. And this happens to be this card in, it's the Cosmic Journey Oracle, very Aquarian feel vibe card to me. And it's what I would consider the major arcana of that deck. So I feel that we are going to get help where we're going. We just have to acknowledge that our spirit is out there to help us, and ask for help. Ask your guides for help. Ask your archangels for help. Ask for friends, anything that you know is going to get you on that higher path. I think I still get that energy of dragons in spirit, and we are right now still in the energy of the wood dragon. That changes on the new moon in Aquarius to the wood snake, which is a super feminine energy, and us shedding our skins, going on to a bigger place. So I will pass this further on. I believe I have, this is going on to Elizabeth. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm just going to chime right in with this beautiful feminine energy right here that has come up a lot for me lately. It's a number 23 also. This is astrology oracle, herbal astrology oracle, excuse me. And this is about milk thistle. And first I want you guys to understand this is the peaceful warrior. And then if you look on top of her head, there's a badger. This is known as an aggressive healer, but very important in shamanistic Native American healing. The badger was seen as powerfully associated with medicine women and protectors of Earth's magic. Milk thistle, it helps with depression and melancholy and milk production and a lot of things, including gastrointestinal issues, not giving out health or medical advice. But I want you guys to understand that back in over centuries, they used this in teas and in clothes, and they would wear it and use it in their daily routines to help with negative energy, dispel negative energy, and really help with all those kind of dis-ease and negative thoughts that you might have. So I want you to also realize this can be about self-sabotage and gossip and the things that you might need to heal within yourself, and a lot of behaviors and things that need to go as part of the change that we're experiencing. And the guidance is also that this dispels damaging and destructive thoughts that can induce an endless loop of self-sabotage, abandon insecurity, gossip, and fear-based protection strategies that enable frustration or a false sense of growth. Don't waste your time trying to control what can't be controlled. And like a peaceful warrior, set your boundaries firmly and fearlessly. And like the badger, milk thistle shakes up systems, which we're going through, and halts patterns and behaviors that stunt growth. Know that what you are not changing, you are choosing. So thank you. Appreciate you all for being here. And it's Angie's turn.
So many synchronicities, and I know our spiritual viewers are definitely picking up on those, because every single person here, guys, if you were with me during the week, like literally on Wednesday on the spiritual view, the card that Sari pulled, the 20, I also pulled a 20 of the advice and had that 2 of swords. Wendy with those the healing spirit to life lessons again. That was the groovy kind of love of the recycling of the prom dress 2 years later, literally the same energy coming back around. And then Marsha's ocean of eternal love, the birth of something new. Obviously, we have the new moon in Aquarius, but I was noticing the synchronicities on her card and Cerie's card. They both had that tree of life energy, which was really, really beautiful. Jen's dragonfly, I pulled as a charm that landed on the air card as a sign for what's coming to you. With Dawn's with her ancestors, literally today, our Aquarian energy is a council of ancestors, and we're trying to balance idealism with pragmatism. And then Liz's with that milk thistle, the badger on her head was the advice card of that same Wednesday reading for all 3 of these guys. So that's just, I hope you don't mind me pointing that out, because that is just too cool and just super beautiful. And I know you guys are picking up on that. And then one of you guys was talking about, let me see if I can see who it was, but the new moon in Aquarius is all about bringing love into the situation. Marsha's card of that ocean of eternal love. So just, guys, when the spirit's talking like that and they're bringing all these messages together, remember last week Sari was talking about our roller coaster that we're going to be on. We're going to be on it regardless. So let's try to enjoy the ride. And our question today, what's opening up for us all in the new moon in Aquarius? And we're being very literal here today, apparently, because we got the expansion card, and then there's all of the ancestors there at her doorstep, including the Mother Earth energy. So about gifts opening up, expansion, that's just another synchronicity there, the purples, the blues of those energies. So this is all about, this is called Sky God. You'll see it when you believe it. Sky God was seeking wise counsel to choose the color of the sky. He wanted the beings of Earth to feel serene when they looked at his work. Other great spirits remind him to trust his intuition. He will know the right color when he sees it. Sky God trusts and sees the color clearly. Thus, the sky becomes sky blue. Our inspiration is that seeking good advice is vital when we are pushing into new territory. Stay away from anyone who is critical of our dreams, and it indicates possibly lots of changes around us. Our personal inquiry, a question for ourselves we can ask is, how can I create powerful alliances? Are new people entering my life? The key ideas are about wise counsel, a council of ancestors, the collaboration of spiritual support. And during this state of uncertainty and allowing ourselves to be guided. So it's all about connections, counseling, and progress. And the meditation suggested is for us to imagine something we believe to be impossible for us to achieve. Maybe our dream job, more money, or a divine relationship. Can you imagine it? Repeat aloud, quote, I know blank is possible. Say the phrase until you believe it. And when you are ready, let it go. If you know your desire can be, it already is. So I think that's just beautiful, and all of those are connected together, and that's just beautiful energy from spirit. And I feel like that's all what we needed to hear today. So I hope that helps you guys out there. We're going to go back into our individual messages. So I'm handing back over to Miss Cerie.
All righty. So I'm going to read today for Peggy. And Peggy, it's been a while since I've read for you. And I'm pulling the card. What Spirit's message and guidance for you today? And this is from the Love of Dragons. I don't know what is going on with dragons, but this is called The Listener. And Peggy, this is such a beautiful message. It says, the universe is in constant conversation and wants to communicate with you. No topic is too trivial or too grand, and you are invited to receive the insights and guidance it has to offer. You become a part of that conversation by deep listening. So the recommendation is to go somewhere quiet, sit out by an old tree or by a brook or a body of water, stroll through a garden of flowers. It might be too cold to do that right now, but listen to the song of the wind, of the leaves, the wings of invisible dragons. Clear your mind so the conversation can begin. Listening is a form of invocation or prayer. And so in the stillness comes the answer. So for you, Peggy, the universe really wants to reach out and connect with you. And here's your message around getting out in nature, being still, and allowing those beautiful message about your future ahead to come through to you. All right, so I'm going to pass that to Wendy, and thank you, Peggy. Always a pleasure to see you.
Hello. Okay, so Rebecca Jo, I pulled a card for you as to advice from Spirit today and getting more synchronicities, of course. This is a number 5 card. It says, it is time to move forward. And you see them sitting in the forest and having their arms go up, and they actually connect into the trees. And you see the moonlight shining through, and their heart chakra just glowing there. I felt this synchronicity also with the card Dawn brought up, and with Suri just now, with kind of asking for help. So I'm going to go ahead and read the passage. It says, when your thoughts have been stuck on the same thing for too long, it is time to move on to other things. No matter how dark and heavy the clouds of emotion that have built up in your mind, remember that above them is a light waiting to shine through. It is time to direct your thoughts to the power of the spirit healers and helpers who are ready to help you, and ask to be shown a way out of despair. Ask this once a day until you feel the weight of the emotions lifting and the healing light raising your mind to better things again. Truly beautiful spirit healers are as close to you as your own thoughts right now. I think that's really a good thing for all of us to remember. All we have to do really is reach out and ask. Have that faith, right? Okay, I will be moving this on to Marcia.
Wendy, can you hold that card up again? Look at that. Heart chakra, ocean of eternal love. That's so cool. They're almost like the drop in the, I love that. Okay. Miss, I did not pull a card for Rebecca, but I was struck by that. I'm pulling a card for Ed. And Ed,
Oh, sweet dear. I am pulling cards from Sacred Traveler Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. And the card I pulled for you is Wondrous Universe. Walk in Beauty. And the card meaning is you live in a beautiful and wondrous universe. You are a beautiful being. Take time to see and cherish the wonders of life wherever you go, because it transforms your life. There is remarkable beauty within you. I'm going to say that again. There is remarkable beauty within you. Simply acknowledging it allows it to come to the surface even more. So take the time to create beauty in your home, which will then manifest in your life. In the native traditions, walking in beauty means to honor all the natural cycles of life and to experience a sacred communion with the Creator in all things, including oneself. There is a little bit more that I want to read for this. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know that there's beauty all around you and within you. The Sacred Traveler consistently looks for and embraces the majestic, wondrous universe in all forms. You can hear it in the song in the early morning birds. You can smell it in the aroma of freshly baked bread. And you can see it in the way the clouds float across the sky. The more you seek beauty, the more it will find you, and the more you will find yourself within the beautiful world. And I just want to say, like, when I have been touched by you personally and just the way you hold space for people in the comments and you support people. And I think as you kind of walk into this new moon energy, it's just a wonderful reminder that, like, you are kind of magical. You bring magic and you sprinkle it about. I know you see and are connected to the Creator in all kinds of planes, so just embrace that and just walk in beauty. Yeah. Okay. And I still forget who's next. I'm sorry.
Okay. I have pulled for Kathy Painter, and I just want to say happy birthday to you and to, I think it was Michelle, and anybody else who's having the birthdays right now. So I've got a message from you from Guides from the Hidden Realms, and the card I pulled is Enough for Now and Always. And so, I mean, it's just a message right now to remind you that you are enough, and it's also reminding you that you have enough. So it's an amazing feeling to truly understand your needs in life and trust that they will be met. When you have healthy self-esteem, you know you are worthy of the gifts the universe bestowed upon you, and you comfortably hold space for your success. Your hard work, focus, and energy are leading you to a fulfilling, abundant experience. This is also a reminder that no one person can meet all of another's needs. A romantic partner may meet certain needs, while friends and family are needed for others to be fulfilled. Reflect on how much you're giving to others and whether you may be depleting yourself. You are not the unlimited source of anyone's supply. It's okay to ask for help. In fact, expect to receive it. You are worthy and help is always available. You are in a time of win-win. Focus on nourishing yourself with experiences that bring you joy. Doing so will give you the energy and the knowledge to nourish others. So you have, like, I did the birthday message last week and they got a really positive message, and then you've got another positive message. So, like, happy birthday to y'all guys. All right. We are moving to Dawn. Okay.
Hello, and I am going to be reading for Monique. So, hello, Monique. And this is the card that I pulled for you, and I was like, oh, this feels like something that you need right now. Your great wave awaits. There's a lot of water energy going on right now. It's a number 40 card. I just want to read a couple sentences from this, and then I have a few messages for you. Your great wave awaits, ready for you to proclaim your next greatest purpose. The choice is yours. No doubt you may be scared at how big this energy is or fearful of the scope of actions necessary to accomplish it. And what came to mind was just recently I heard a rephrasing of the Hopi prophecy of being caught up in a great river and a fast-moving, uncontrollable stream that was going forward. And the advice was to go to that center of the stream and do not try and hang on to the sides. What is coming is bigger than all of us. And while you're in the stream and being taken along your path toward what is coming, you look to the right and you look to the left. These are your new tribe. So I think this is saying that this is a very emotional time for you. There are bigger things coming for you. And that I think the energy, a lot of what we've been getting through all the other cards is there are people out there to act as guides and people that will be your allies. And that includes spirit and angels and ancestors, as well as the people around you. So that is your message for today. And I'm on to Elizabeth.
Yeah, that was so lovely. Beautiful. And to everybody in the chat, shout out. You guys are really cool. Venus, I'm here for you. And I haven't forgotten our other chat. So we're going to do that too. But listen, I have a download that you're going to get a letter, some communication. It has to do with a guy. And I can't remember if you're married or in a relationship, but it's all about something like that. And then besides that download, I have Aura for you from Lunar Nomad Oracle number 37, Endings and Beginnings. So first of all, there is some energy here about cord cutting, okay? And who's really right for you in your life. And any self-sabotage, self-negative talk, all of that, let that go, because you really come from the stars. You're to me like a magician, an alchemist, and a butterfly all at once when I look at this card for you. And there is a need. Let me grab my glasses, you guys. Who am I thinking I don't need them? This is about to keep other people from contaminating your bubble. Okay, so keep your thoughts clear, optimistic, directed towards goodness. Let me show you how pretty it is. Oh, I think there is even a butterfly in there. Keep your thoughts clear, optimistic, and directed towards goodness. Choose not to engage in negative self-talk. And the same with other people, right? And in a very practical way, the aura suggests that you need to be in a more positive, enriching environment with people who inspire you. And this could be making a change to your work, home, or internal environment. And again, I think you're really going to get some communication about that. It's just pinging in my ear. And also learn to be completely clear and honest about what you need, what you want, what you'll commit to, what your boundaries are, and understand that when you say no, it's okay. Actually, people will learn to trust you more when you say what you mean. When no is no, it's no. And what people are taking priority in your life, how do they make you feel? What commitments are you making? Is it enriching your life? Is it making it any easier? Those are things I want you to really think about until we see you again, because we will be back to do this. And really call on a lot of protective forces around you and ask for spirit and the golden light of protection and love and healing to just be like this magical mist around you, and start with the new moon energy to bring in your heart's desires, sweetheart. So I hope that helps. And now it goes to Angie. See you soon, Venus.
Okay, go ahead and enter your numbers in the chat, please. Just as an aside on that expansion as our collective message, what's in front of you right now, really what everybody's been saying, there's like decision time here. So You can see impartiality. So it's really important to find that balance of head and heart. And then we see this balancing energy again of that teeter-totter energy too. So super, super cool. Let me look for my numbers here. I'm not seeing them. Yep, let me rewind here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Mr. Neon, okay, that was it. We had an 8. So again, that balancing of the energies, the inner and outer. And then 2 cards came out, taking the top one because it's an 8 to 8. So it's an 8 to 8 energy there, and it's called One with Self. So advice from Spirit is that you are blossoming right now, and there is an energy here of this lotus. So things unfold, even though they're painfully slow sometimes, it feels that way. Know there's a purpose for that one petal coming open at a time. Sometimes when we want something so much and then we get scared when we have it, right? And we didn't have the time to prepare. The things that come to us slowly are coming slowly to us for a reason. And then on top of that, you had a 3-3 Merkaba activation. So there you'll see the divine masculine energy of that sword and also the cups energy of the divine feminine coming together. The Merkaba is literally head and heart coming together because only the soul drives the chariot. So if there's something here that you are contemplating in this new energy of this new start, try not to be frustrated if it's not going as quickly as you want it to, because even that has purpose. Allow that inside of you, that inside that is blossoming, show up to you as you change one petal at a time. As you are balancing inside, so will the outside of you. Things will start coming at you. You'll be in your soul's chariot in that Merkaba energy because you have that equal balance of your yin and yang. And that only comes from it's an inside job. So if we feel like the outside again is just so slow, have patience and come back within and just be curious enough to ask without judging yourself, what more do I need to, where am I maybe unbalanced in my body, mind, or spirit? And that Merkaba activation, that slowness is to protect you. Okay, because when we have a lot of new energies coming into us when we're balanced, we need to make sure we're grounding, shielding, and protecting. Okie dokie. I hope that helps you today. I think that was a lovely advice from Spirit there. And I'm passing back to Sari.
All right, we're going to start round 2. And Tim, I'm not sure if you're still with us. Put in the chat if you're still here. And I pulled a card for what Spirit's message is for you. And I don't know if Tim is still here, but hopefully this will resonate for someone. And the first card that I had, Tim, if you're still here, this was what I pulled for the collective, which was about, do I take the road less traveled, which might be riskier in the path of the heart, or do I stay with what I know and what is logical? And so it's head versus heart. And so I pulled your card, and I think you've gotten your answer of which path they're recommending for you. So Spirit's message for you, it's still from the shaman's dream, but it's called Lay of the Land. Ancestral wisdom, past lessons, being well informed. And so this kind of the bottom line is, Tim, is Spirit is saying you have an opportunity in this new moon to take the path less traveled, which might be unknown to you or might be more of a challenge to consider. It says there are times when you're meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even to be part of the wave of change. This is one of those times, and what you're contemplating is perhaps new to you, but others have laid well-worn paths and left wisdom for you to rely and reflect upon. This is so you have a better understanding of the potentials and the possible pitfalls along the way. When you know the lay of the land from the ancestors, you were better able to fully experience what's being offered to you. This is a path that promises success in all areas. Now's your time to be curious about this other path. So Spirit's message, Tim, is if you're contemplating either a new opportunity or a new way of showing up in the world, what Spirit is saying is the road less traveled might bring you greater abundance and greater joy through the lens of the heart. And what an honor and pleasure. And I will pass it on to Wendy.
All right, so I pulled a card for Jennifer Lee for advice from Spirit, and I got carry the torch for others to see, wake up the world. And I love this. It's just shining your light. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's actually like 3 kind of urethral bodies here with their crown chakras glowing, and then there's another who's like kind of carrying the light and going circling around them, right? So for you, it says, you know you have crossed a line in your life when you find yourself answering questions rather than asking them. When others see you as a guiding light, remember that guardian spirits can help to steer your thoughts, words, and even actions when it comes to sharing truth and knowledge with those who ask. You are a vessel for the guardian spirits now, and through you, they give to others. The student is now the teacher. So really coming into your own power and sharing that and shining that light for others, I think that's just beautiful coming through there for you, Jennifer Lee. All right, and we're going to go ahead and pass that on to Marsha.
Hey, everybody. I just saw a comment from High Priestess, and I feel you. I say, hang on. That Neptune energy is going to be moving soon, and that's not going to solve a lot of things, but it is going to help with stabilizing some mental energy. Okay, I am pulling cards for Gypsy Vixen. I saw that name over there. I was like, Salty Mama, Gypsy Vixen, like we should be fast friends. But I am pulling from the Intuitive Whispers deck. And you, my love, got a super powerful card. You got the number 10 card. Message from the third eye. Opening line. The whisper. Your third eye is your intuitive center, the space that connects you to the mystical. The message from your third eye is for you and you alone. When your intuition whispers, it's like an internal supportive friend who is guiding you along the journey of your life. This card is a nudge to listen and trust the whispers. What is it saying? It can feel easier to ignore the whisper as it's not always what we want or expect to hear, but don't. This is the time. You must trust the whisper. You are a special soul, and the sooner you act on this inner whisper, the sooner your full purpose will be revealed to you. If you have been struggling to find your purpose lately, look no further. The answer is not going to come from outside of you, but it will rise from within you when you trust the whisper. Wow. Gypsy Vixen, my love, you have some gifts, and the Aquarius new moon is saying, don't play small anymore. Launch it, bring it out for the rest of the collective, and come back and please tell us what that is. I will be very curious to know what the intuitive whisper is for you. Okay, and now I know I'm handing it over to Jen.
I'm messing you up because I'm messing up the order again. But I do want to share before we move. I pulled an affirmation card and it went so perfect with my message earlier. It says, I have the strength to remain calm in the face of change. So the changes are coming and we have to remain calm. But now we're going to move to Dawn. Yeah. You're muted.
Still technologically challenged, everyone. I'm going to read for the new person out there. And so I think, are you going to go ahead and put their thing up? So hang on a second. I do want to let you know that what we've been doing is what is opening for us in this new moon energy of the new moon in Aquarius. And for you guys, we're reading the advice from Spirit. And I wanted to make sure that you knew kind of what we were drawing for. So this is your advice from Spirit for what this new moon is bringing. And the card I drew for you was the Alchemical Artist, which is actually a number 10 card. So I was so excited when I was reading this. So you may know of alchemy, the science of transmutation from ancient efforts to turn lead into gold. But there is another greater purpose to transform from your small self into your greater self. The alchemical artist stands ready to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, creating art from new combinations of what is in front of you. The artist's purpose is to bring beauty, truth, and new ideas through their creation. You are the ultimate creation, ready to evolve. As both the artist and the creation, you can become the alchemical artists. Meaning that I feel there is going to be so much opening up for you in this energy, especially of that new moon in Aquarius energy. And we are all making changes and becoming so much more than what we were, and being open to being an artist within yourself. I feel like that is something that we're forgetting, is that it's a beautiful process for everyone that we're going through. Admittedly scary at times, but worth every long, wet, sloggy mile that we're going to be going through. So I think this is a lot about what's going to be happening for you in the future as far as opening up to your personal gifts. So thank you.
All right, so we're at the top of the hour, so we are going to close our session for today. On behalf of all of us, we would just love to, send everyone big kisses and hugs and lots of love for being here. And thank you for all your comments in the chat. We're excited for Donna Marie to have been chosen to get her free reading. So we hope that she's watching this and can reach out to us. We've had some new people. I think it's Doodle Doo. I love that. A first-time joiner. Thank you. But again, we will be back again tomorrow with daily messages, Saturday and Sunday, and back together live on Monday. Please join us at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for more conversation, more fun, and more card pulls. Again, everyone relax and have a very safe and warm, don't go outside if it's too cold, but be safe wherever you are around the world. And we're sending you lots of love, and we're with humble gratitude that we are with you, and we are so honored that you would spend time with us. So again, bye for now, and we will see you soon.